Hello, I am Precious Swain Peaks, host of From the Desk of Precious Swain. And today I wanted to come and give some empowerment, some encouragement to mothers with incarcerated children. As mothers, we often feel like it's something we didn't do or we didn't say that led to the situation that our children is in. This message isn't just for mothers, it's for parents because fathers hurt too. It's not our fault. The things that go on with our children, um, a lot of times is based on their own decisions. It's not something that we made them do or forced them to do. And so we have to allow ourselves the space to forgive ourselves. I am a mother of a son that's incarcerated. Um, my son is who had to tell me to let it go. In one of our phone conversations, he explained to me that whether I realized it or not, I had given him everything that I had to give him. There was nothing he expected more, and he could have survived if he had had less. That the situation he was in was based on his decisions, not mine. So for me to not allow myself to carry that weight. See, sometimes we may not realize it because as parents, we feel like we can protect our children from everything. And I realized my weakness in that courtroom when I could not rescue him from the sentencing. It became very real at that moment that we don't really control as much as we think. And even though we would do anything for our children, there are some things we just can't save them from. So when I was going through my experience, it was really, really hard because even though I have multiple children, each of them are different. And this particular son has kids, not just one or two. There's, I want to say, eight. And so the first things that cross our mind is who's going to care for the children? Because some of us are in situations where financially we can pick up the ball and we can handle it. Some of us are not. Okay. I will be very honest. I was not in a financial situation to be able to take on the responsibility of eight children. Now, their mothers have never asked for a dime. Their mothers work and they do everything for their children. Anything I ever give them is always extra. It's never a necessity. So I'm very thankful for that. But as parents, we carry all of this. And from the time they get arrested through their entire sentencing, we have a load of bricks here. And we're carrying that weight. I don't think our children understand that we do that time with them day for day. We have to worry about if they have commissary, we have to worry about if they have the necessities, hygiene, and things that they need. We're in prayer daily that they're not being abused by the guards, mistreated in any kind of way. It is really a lot. And I know this personally because this is now part of my life. So I wanted to take a moment and say, be encouraged. It was not your fault. It was nothing really that you could have done different. The best thing that you can do is pray, accept some phone calls, write some letters, and let them know in their absence that you are still there for them and that you still love them. Don't allow the situation to put you in a place where you don't manage your health or where you don't manage your mental health. Because a lot of times that's where we end up. I ended up in a very bad place health wise. I was battling health issues before the situation, and the situation just kind of blew it out of proportion. And I had really serious situations with my blood pressure. Don't allow yourself to let the stress of or the depression of that situation change your eating habits, stop your self-care maintenance or anything like that because they want you to live. It's devastating for them to lose a parent while being incarcerated because they can't get that back. So it's important that you make sure that you're doing everything you can to keep yourself okay to be there when they get home. My prayers go out to all of you. If there are if you just want to talk or if you have any questions, if you need extra encouragement, please don't hesitate to inbox me. I will respond. Um, but this is something that needs to be said and is needed overall. We need to learn to support one another and uplift one another because the pain is real. The pain is real. People often say, well, you have more than one kid. How bad can it be? Each child has a different personality. They have a different place in your heart. Um, and I walk by faith. I have very strong faith. So I know that he will be okay and that he will be home. But you still feel that missing piece when family dinners come around and different things like that. That missing piece is still there. So be encouraged. Go get a manicure, a pedicure, do some self care. Make sure that you're eating right and taking good care of yourself. Um, the phone systems and things like that are so expensive till it makes it really hard sometimes. Sometimes we find ourselves in situations where the budget doesn't make it easy to be there. But I encourage you to do all that you can to stay involved. One of the things I did, and this is not a paid advertisement at all, one of the things I did was join um, Families Against Mandatory Minimums. Families Against Mandatory Minimums is an organization where they stay on top of the laws and they work together to get these high mandatory minimums brought down. Right now, drug offenders have some of the highest sentencing time. People who do violent crimes get out quicker than drug offenders. And so, Families Against Mandatory Minimums works hard against that. So, I just wanted to share that that's one of the organizations that I deal with to work against work with someone working against these high times that they're giving our children. The other thing that's going on currently is that Biden did move on the federal level in regards to marijuana. and it's working for the states to move in the same angle. So, if your child is incarcerated for marijuana charges, you may want to do some research and see how if their sentencing will be changing anytime soon. But those are just a few things to throw out there. Please feel free to comment on this video if you know of anything that may help someone. Let this be a starting point for us to work together to help each other stay uplifted while our children are away from home. Be blessed.